CJ Patel Group and the Calmer Co. recently announced their alliance aimed to take market share from the global alcohol and cannabis markets. They are also set to pioneer Kava modernization. To talk about these new ventures, we have Anthony Noble, CEO of the Calmer Co. Anthony, before we talk about the products, let me first ask about the company. You changed your name from FijiKava to the Calmer Co. Why the change?
Yeah, FijiKava is one of our major brands in the company, but we've been doing more and more business in the other brands in our portfolio. So last year we purchased a business called Danadan in Portland in the USA, which is a herbal tinctures business. That's a bigger part of our business. And very importantly for the deal that you mentioned with CJ Patel, it's making our Takimai traditional Kava brand a bigger part of our portfolio. So as a company that has 3 or 4 different brands that we market under, we felt that we wanted to have a name for the company that reflected the customers and the benefits that we bring to people. So calmness, relaxation, recovery from sports. So FijiKava, obviously our most well-known and important brand, but one of 3 or 4 brands now that we're marketing products under. So we wanted to update the name of the company to reflect that broader offering and house of brands that we are selling.
So there are still strong links to Fiji and the Pacific. What kind of economic and social links is the group supporting from Australia to Fiji? Why does Australia see its relationship with Fiji so important?
Yeah, I mean, Australia and the Pacific Islands, Fiji in particular, have very, very strong links. There's a huge community of people from the Pacific Islands and Fiji living here in Australia. The same is true in the US and New Zealand and Canada. I think our business has its roots in Fiji, not to play on words, but the kava that we produce is a root crop grown exclusively in Fiji. Fiji has only got noble kava varieties, which are the varieties that are safe and effective to use in medicines and in functional beverages. So everything we do starts in Fiji. Our major operations are in the city of Nauru in Fiji, and we spend millions of dollars in purchasing kava raw material and processing that and adding value to fully finished products where possible in the Fiji market. So direct trade links. Obviously, the Australian government has fostered a relationship with the Fijian government and other governments in the Pacific Islands. So the legalization of the importation of drinking kava in 2020, for example, was an example of that. So we have very strong personal links in our management team, obviously big economic links. And I think importantly, as a company that is fully vertically integrated to the farmer, we pay the highest price because we don't use any middlemen or traders. So we have these direct interactions with farmers, and that allows us to do some really exciting things, from partnering with one of our key investors, BSP Life, to work on financial literacy, things like setting up bank accounts for subsistence farmers to be able to deal with us. All the way through to some of the work we do with the Italke Trust Fund Board, who we have an MOU with, where we assist some agricultural colleges in teaching people how to grow kava and set up their own business as a farmer. So, big links from the grassroots to purchasing, big volumes of material as well.
We also saw that the recently announced alliance with CJ Patel Group is listing 17 countries. Can you explain how the international distribution deal is broken down?
Yeah, absolutely. So CJ Patel Fiji and in the Pacific is one of the biggest distribution, probably the biggest distribution company. So they're a company that distributes products from all around the world, from the likes of Glaxo to Weet-Bix and household names like Maggi Noodles, for example, and the Nestle Group's products. So they've got a really strong ability to move products through the various islands in the Pacific. So 13 of the countries listed in the distribution agreement are those Pacific Island countries, and CJ Patel are the experts at supply chain through those countries. So for our Takimai brand to be the first kava brand that they've engaged with is a really big win for us. It means that we can touch virtually every retail point of distribution across 13 countries in the Pacific, which is obviously the home market for the consumption of kava, which is at least a 200 million Australian dollar market in the Fiji Islands alone. So it's not a small market, but it's a very special type of product, and to have the biggest distributor on our side in the Pacific is a huge win for the Calmer Co and the Takimai brand in particular. The 4 other countries that are in the distribution agreement are Australia, New Zealand, the US, and Canada. And obviously, these are countries that have significant populations of people from Fiji and from the Pacific Islands living there. In fact, roughly the same amount of people from the Pacific live in those four countries as diaspora compared to the actual populations of those countries. And we think, obviously, there's a degree of purchasing power and a desire to get authentic, fantastic quality kava, such as the Takimai products, in those countries. So we think it's as big an opportunity. And CJ Patel, as a group, also has very strong links there. So taking the best products from the Pacific, things that people know and love from their home countries, to those populations of Pacific Islanders in Australia, New Zealand, the US, and Canada is a big part of their business as well. So probably an equal sized opportunity. So that's the composition of the 17 countries, but it's really about taking the best kava in the world, Takimai kava, to a population of people that really want that product and know what it is.
So, Anthony, these are the major countries, but how about the major products in terms of opportunity size in these Western markets? Would you be able to name them?
Yeah, so I mean, broadly, our products break down into three groups. We have medicinal products, so capsule and tablet products that are registered as complementary medicines here in Australia and sold as dietary supplements in the US. And those are more specifically tailored to health conditions such as sleep, reducing anxiety, recovery after sports in their particular formulas. The second class of products, and probably the biggest class of products for us at the moment, are our powdered drinking kavas. So this is traditionally prepared kava root, which is milled and processed in a food safe environment sold in a pouch, very similar to the way a protein powder would be sold. And that's the majority of our products at the moment. Across the Takimai range, we have a low key product, which is a daytime, less intoxicating product, as well as some other products that are in the traditional form, as well as instant kava, which can be instantly mixed with water or fruit juice for the consumers. Very easy to use. So a range of products in the drinking kava format. And I think excitingly for us, the next horizon for the company is moving into ready to drink. So that could be everything from small format kava juices or small format flavored kava drinks that are taken like a shot, all the way through to beverages constituted with things like coconut water or even a sparkling beverage, which we have all of those under development at the moment.
Lastly, Anthony, since you've already mentioned ready to drink, what kind of new products aside from it is the company working on for these Western markets? And do you think Kava can be as big as the controversial cannabis market?
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of the benefits that kava can give to consumers, they are very similar to the benefits that cannabis purports to have. So enhancing sleep, allowing people to relax and enjoy socializing in a way that's alcohol free. So there's definitely some similarities in what those products do. But Kava, I think importantly, has a much more friendly regulatory environment, particularly in the US, where we can trade our products across all the state lines. We can sell in all the retail channels in the US. And the same is true in the Pacific as well. So I think Kava has some really big advantages over cannabis, in fact, in terms of free sale, and while having a very similar set of effects. For us, we're going to be focusing on things that we can do that other people can't. So that's really about some of the new products that we can develop using our supply chain, which is for fresh green kava in Fiji. So the next products that people can expect to see are going to be based on those fresh kava juices, possibly formulated with some other well-known functional juices.
All right, looking forward to seeing what's next for the Kava market, Anthony. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Once again, that was Anthony Noble, CEO of the Calmer Co. For more business news, visit asianbusinessreview.com.